Hey everybody, it's NCB Bryce Gallo here, and today we are going to be unboxing the Square Off Pro Rollable E chessboard. I'm very excited to open up this box and see this board. I've heard a lot of great things about it, and I've seen some other YouTubers looking at the board and reviewing it, and I thought it was really neat that there's a board where you can play your moves on the physical board, and then your moves will be automatically sent to sites like chess.com or Lichess, which allows you to play over the board chess, but against the variety of opponents that you will find online. And I thought that was really neat. And in addition to that, you can play against the AI that's built into the computer. Obviously, we are going to test that out and see how good those computers are. And we're going to plug this in, download the app, and we're going to completely test this thing, answer all of your questions about the board, and hopefully give you some more information on whether or not you would like to make a purchase. So here we've got the box, and on my phone we've got the app. So I think what we'll do here is first we'll open up the box, check out the board, and then we'll install the app. We'll figure out all the settings and all that, and we'll just take it one step at a time from there on out. I also have an assistant here who's going to be helping me undo the packaging and help me open everything up just so that so we get through the video a little bit faster. So let's just open this box. Let's begin this thing. Lots and lots of packing peanuts. Inside of one box, we've got another box. And inside this box, we've got yet another box. Nothing else in there. Alright, very nice looking box. A little hard to read on camera, but it says here, the AI auto-adjusts to your playing skills and helps hone them, ensuring that you have a fair chance to win from various difficulty levels. Globally connected, challenge anyone from 50 million plus users on chess.com and Lichess right from your board. And finally over here, it says broadcast games. Host your games live, publicly, or privately to selected audience on our platform while you play against somebody on the same board. So, that's all pretty neat. On the side here, talks about Victor, the personal chess coach, analyze games through the app, and then video call with your chessmate, which is pretty interesting. All of those features, I'm pretty sure, are through the app. And here we've got what's in the box: chessboard with magnetic sensors, embedded interactive lights, 34 weighted chess pieces, inbuilt rechargeable battery, and USB-C charging cable. And then some specifications here. This is all tournament standard. So here we've got the inside of the box. A letter from the founders. Check that out real quick. Some cards. There's a letter from the founder. And then some quick setup information. So good stuff to have. Alrighty, here we've got the pieces in a nice felt bag, and all of the pieces individually wrapped. So those will stay clear of any dents, scratches, and all that. So here we've got a little plastic phone stand, I think. So when you are using the app, you just put your phone in here. So we can try that out. Like that. And we've got the board. So in a nice felt little bag. It's not really that high quality of a bag, but since you have a box, I'm pretty sure you can just put everything into the box here and that'll keep everything in good condition. So let's take this out.
Nice and smooth.
Smooth. Feels very rubbery, like a silicone. So let's open this up. Whoops. I will get this box out of here. let's open up this board. While you do that, I will open these pieces, and don't worry guys, I won't make you watch us unpack all of these pieces. We'll just fast forward or skip ahead, and you guys will see the board when it's all set up. So I will see you guys in a minute. Okay, so we have set up the board entirely, so the next thing to do is to install the app. So let's show it right here. So this is the app, Square Off Chess App by Square Off Inc. So we're going to go ahead and install that. There should be a power cable somewhere, so I think we'll have to charge it a bit, and then we'll jump back to the video again once the board is all charged up, and then we will get started. There's a couple things I wanted to mention before we go ahead and switch on the board. First thing was I just wanted to show you guys the knights, because a lot of people, whether or not they purchase a set, depends a lot on the knights. So we are going to take a close look at this. So it's very detailed. Let's see. Yeah, so there you can see it best. It's got a lot of detail on here. Kind of like a Santon style, but it's not exactly. It's a style that I'm not really familiar with, but wanted to show that off. Also, on the bottom of these, engraved or like imprinted into the bottom of every piece is SQF for Square Off, and I think that's really neat. Also, these pieces, some of them repel each other, like these. These ones, they don't want to press together, you really got to force it. But then other pieces, they stick together. Let's see if I can find an example. Some of these pieces, they stick together. I was finding that with the other ones. So these are magnetic pieces, and I'm pretty sure there's some magnets here in the board as well. So let's switch on the board and see what we've got. Awesome, so we've got LED circles right in here, or LED lights going in a circle, and I believe that's in pairing mode now. So next thing we need to do is to sign into the account online. So we have the app here. Just going to sign in, probably with email, but you can sign in any way you want, and then we'll pair this up. So we've reset up the board here on the table so that it's easier to see and easier to play on the board. Here on the phone, I downloaded the app, I signed in, I also connected my chess.com account and my leadchess.org account to the app, which now gives us the option to play online, which is the big orange button here. Off to the right, we have a button that says Stream Games, which, as far as I know, allows you to go through the games of like tournament games, like Grandmaster games and big tournaments that have happened recently, and the board will light up. Using the LEDs on the board will light up where the pieces move, and you can go through the game. And I think that's pretty cool, but we haven't tried that, so if you guys want us to, we can go through a game or two using that in a future video. But what we're going to be doing today is we're going to be playing with the AI, which is the button right here to the left. So once you click play with AI, we're going to have game clock on, about 10 minutes per side, no increment, and we'll just play with level 1 bot for this game, but the levels do go up quite a lot, up to 3380 ELO. So down here, level 1, that's about 800 ELO, so we will try that out. Select that one, and you can also start from a position here if you have one. But there's a lot of things you can do. For this game, we'll play as white, and click on Play Game. So the board just beeped a little bit, and now we've got the clock, our time, our opponent's time. And if we click down here on the board, it shows us the position here on the board as well. So I'll set this up, and I'll have my assistant here come and play the moves for white. Alright, so to move a piece, just pick up the piece and then place it down on the square. And when the AI would like to move, there'll be LEDs on the square where the piece is, and then lights showing where the piece would like to move. And as you can see over here, it's kind of small, but the knight was just moved, and the board picks up your moves really, really quickly. It's within a second or two that the board will play on the app. It'll play the move that you just played. We also have our time on the phone as well. For white, it's now white's turn. We've got 9 minutes. The opponent has 9 minutes 57 seconds. So they were playing very quickly. Okay, so for capturing pieces, we can just put that over here. For capturing pieces, the best way to do it is to pick up the piece that's being captured first and then replace it with the piece that's capturing. Normally, if you do that, that'll avoid any kinds of problems with the AI getting confused or anything. So we've got d5 played by black, the level 1 computer. Right now I've got the board plugged in with the USB-C cable, which did come with the set. It's a very long cable, which is nice. So I've got it plugged in to the wall over there. I'd say maybe it's, I don't know, 5 feet? A 5-foot cable, maybe 6 feet. So that was very handy. It did not come with a wall plug-in, so you do need to use one that you already have. But that's normally not a problem. So right now, because the board is charging, we have a red LED light down here. Once it's fully charged, that will turn to a green, so the same color as this. Right here we have the blue light. The blue light indicates that the Bluetooth is connected between the board and the app, which allows for the quick connection, which is very good. And then the final light up here is the green light. And this light just shows that we are currently playing a game. So I don't know if you somehow accidentally start a game on like chess.com or something, and you weren't ready to play, you'll have this green light here telling you, hey, wait a second, you're connected and you're playing a game against somebody. You might want to come on over and play this game out. So that's a nice feature. The app is really cool. It's got coins, it's got gems, it's got lots and lots of different features and things you can do. So if you guys are interested, I can definitely do several videos explaining how the app works, and I can kind of figure it out myself as well, since most of it I have not gone through yet. And it did take me a while to connect the board and especially register the board. So if you guys want a tutorial video on how to do that, or how to do anything with the board, just leave a comment down below, let me know, and I will do my best to make a video on that and help explain this to you. But so far I've really enjoyed this board. The board's made out of a very rubbery silicone, which is very nice and thick. It's very good quality here. And there's chess notation on the sides, which makes it very easy to explain and see moves. The piece style is nice. It's quite straightforward, pretty much a Saunton set. And the pieces, they do have wide bases, which is a little unusual if you're used to playing with normal tournament sets, but it's really not that different. These pieces, they do have magnets on the bottom, so they're able to somehow connect to the board, although it doesn't feel like you're pulling a magnet, like two magnets apart when you lift a piece up. It's pretty effortless, and when you're moving a piece, I've noticed that other square off sets, before you move a piece, you have to press it down, pick it up, and then press it down again on the square that you'd like to move it to. But this board, you don't have to do that. So as the board was advertised, you can play Blitz on this, but you do have to keep in mind that if you're playing Blitz and your opponent's not actually sitting across from you, you will have to play the moves for your opponent as well. Okay, so the board beeped at us and our clock is still going down. It's lighting up here. So I think something happened here. Let's see what mistake was made. So the board is letting us know that something's not right. So maybe we can just play the move again and that'll work. Yep, that worked. So I guess it didn't read our move properly, so it was confused for a second, so we just moved the piece back and then replayed the move. And that worked. So, back to our opponent's time. Let's see who's up right now. So we've got a knight and a pawn captured of whites. We've got two black pawns captured for white. So black has captured a knight and a pawn. Black has captured... Wait a second. No, black has captured a knight and a pawn. White has captured two pawns. Hmm?
So, so right now there is a fork here. If he takes this pawn right here, that would be a fork on my queen and on my rook.
Yeah, so she's saying if knight takes here on f2, that'll be a fork to the queen and the rook, which is true. But we do have a king who can capture there, so we're doing okay. It's unlikely black would play that, but you never know. So we have bishop to d3, attacking the knight. So we've got 4 minutes 37 seconds left as is shown on the app. Let me bring it over a bit so we can see this. So I'll show you again what we've got here on the app. We've got 4 minutes 30 seconds and 8 minutes 22 for our opponent. So the board just beeped and we got a message right here that said your king is under threat. So queen a5 is check to the king. So it's just alerting us that there's a check right now on the board, which is very nice. And switch. So we can go here, so it's just showing us the time situation in this game. I think I'll leave it like this, just so that it's a little bit easier to see.
Right now I just hovered over a square and it registered my move there.
So you can hover your piece over a square and it'll register a move.
So
Alright, so we've got black. Yeah, so she's saying that if you accidentally hover a piece over a square but you don't actually place it, the board might register that as a move. So just be careful. So we do have knight takes g5. So knight, oops, hit the camera. So pick up the knight and we'll take there. Yeah, so I guess that worked. You are supposed to pick up the captured piece first and then move the piece on top, but at least for now the board doesn't seem to care too much about how we take the piece. Alright, so it is our turn. Put the clock back down here so we can see our time situation. We have take the captured piece, then replace it with our piece. So knight g5, or knight takes g5. We're now getting down to blitz time control right now. 3 minutes 14 for white and 7 minutes 42 for the engine. So the engine's playing pretty good speed. We have an interesting move. Queen to c5 doesn't take the knight. So that's interesting. So it just kind of gave us the knight for free. So we get to save our knight. But there's a lot of moves we can play here. Knight h3. Computer is currently thinking. Other than the time running down for our opponent, there's not really any indication on the board that it's our opponent's turn. So You just have to pay attention for that, I suppose. Bishop d7, and then castling. So to castle, you pick up the king and move him to the castling square. So pick up the king, move him to g1 in this case, and then you move the rook over, and it'll register that as castling. If you try moving the rook first, the board will register that as a rook move instead of a castling. So not only would that be bad for your game, but it would also be a bit confusing as well. Queen a3. Surprised. Queen a3. So just gives us a free queen. It's very generous of this 800 rated bot. So b takes b3, or b takes a3. Yeah, so you pick up the captured piece, then after you pick up the captured piece, you'll replace that with the piece that is capturing. So we have bishop g4. We're down to 2 minutes. Knight f4. So up to this point, the board is working flawlessly. It's all the LEDs are displaying properly, and captures are working fine. Castling worked fine. In a future video, I do look forward to playing against some chess.com and leadchess.org users. I think that'll be really fun. You can start to get some over-the-board experience, and perhaps I'll even try some preset positions, which I hear you can use on this board. When I purchased it, I didn't know that you could actually do that. Set up a custom position and then play like normal. So king d7. Our opponent does not want to castle at any point in time. It does avoid knight to c7. Avoids the knight to c7 fork over there. Down to a minute 20. So we got to move a little quicker. So we don't end up losing on time. Rook a takes d1. I do see an LED light on c1, but our time was not running down, so yeah, so beeped again at us. So pick up the captured piece and place down the capturing. Oh, did not like that. Let's see what the position was. So put the knight there, and then try it again. Does that work? No, it did not. Alright, let's see. The board continues to beep. So we're doing something wrong here. So that is... Oh! So it didn't actually register the capture here. It's showing rook on c1 is correct. Bishop is still here. So no, rook there, bishop there, and now takes. Well, that's the move. No, these ones are fine. What? That registered. Interesting. So the board got a little confused. It thought we moved rook to c1 instead of rook to d1 takes. So I guess just be careful if you try sliding your pieces down the pieces or down the squares like you normally would. It might register a move there. So we have LED lights circling one side of the board showing which side won. So here it says try again. Not short of strategies, just of time. So we did run out of time in this game. So level played against, how many mistakes you made, and total time taken for this game. So you can rematch, analyze the game. So here we have a little analysis bar showed, I think I think that means black is winning on the bottom, and if it's up above, then that means white is winning. So it shows the game was jumping around a little bit. So we will exit that, and I think that will be it for the video. If you guys have any other questions about how to play on the board, how to set up the board, how to use the app, or if you guys just want to see more games with this Square Off Pro board, then please leave a comment down below and we will take a look at that and see what we can do. And I'm looking forward to making a lot more videos using this and probably some live streams coming up soon where I'll be playing against chess.com users and just having fun with this board and seeing how it works. So, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you guys in the next video. Goodbye.